Hi everyone, I am Donna and this is my husband Brian, back again for another episode. A few months back we decided that we were going to do a podcast on men's mental health awareness. We chose this because Brian suffers from anxiety, depression, and panic disorder. This is his everyday life. We wanted to bring awareness to it so people would understand that the stigma needs to go, that people that have this are everyday people. This is his story, what he's gone through, and that's kind of where we started. Now it's just more or less an open discussion about different topics, all within the mental health awareness. This is all opinions, no medical advice. It's not geared towards children. There's a lot of adult content. He tends to have a very colorful vocabulary. And if you're easily offended, this podcast probably isn't for you. If you do like it, please feel free to subscribe. And if you have any comments, please either put it in the comment section or feel free to email us. There is an email on each of the episodes that are uploaded.
Well, there are now. Maybe some of the earlier ones don't have it, but I don't even know if it's in the description on the actual channel.
Yeah, I think you have it on the description.
I actually think I don't.
Oh, well, we'll have to correct that.
Anyway. So I wanted to kind of talk about the channel, and we've talked about the equipment we use and kind of where we want to go with it and all, but I wanted to kind of talk about either people we would like to have on, like say you're 5 or 10, whatever, people that you would be interested in having on and talking to or talking to them about the situation, or us being on somebody's channel and
Okay, I see where you're going.
stuff like that.
Okay.
And I'll give mine as well, but who's somebody that would be at the top of your list that you would like to have on and be able to have a conversation with? And it doesn't necessarily have to be completely mental health related. It could just be their life story. And
You're probably going to think I'm crazy.
well, you're on the right channel.
Lady Gaga.
Okay.
She's been very open about her mental health struggles. She's very geared towards helping young people dealing with it. I watched I don't know if she had a camera crew just following her or whatever it was, but she was talking to a bunch of girls that were in a home. And one of the things that she said was, don't ever let somebody tell you you can't because of.
Right.
And that just kind of stuck with me. I know the channel's geared towards men's mental health, but it's mental health.
No, it's kind of start.
It started with that because of Brian, but
yeah, we're starting it that way, but it's not completely exclusive for that. And I would be welcome to have. I'd welcome anybody that wants to come on.
So when you're saying people come, I'm assuming you mean like bigger people, not just everyday people.
No, anybody. Could be friends, family.
My nephew. My nephew just turned 17.
Is that something we can? Would he be interested in? Have you brought it up?
Yeah, well, I talked to my sister-in-law and my brother about it. I actually have two nephews.
Well, I don't even know if we can have him on until he's 18.
As long as we have his parents' consent, it's fine.
I want that in writing and notarized. I don't know if we can because of YouTube.
You have to be able to because Justin Bieber put his video up. And that's how...
No, somebody else put his video up.
Okay, and that's how he became famous.
I'll look into it to make sure that we're not... So we don't put it up and then it gets taken down.
He has autism, and the strides that this kid has made is unbelievable. You've seen him in the last 10 years, how much he's progressed. So he's another one.
Yeah, it's a massive jump from, say, 2017 till now.
Yeah, it's just, he's incredible. And, he's applying to colleges now. He's the top, I think, 3% of his class. He's just amazing. So there's two. I should be able just to put all three of my nephews together because each of them would bring something to the podcast. You know what I mean?
Can have the 3 different episodes.
Yeah.
If you want. That's fine with me.
Who else?
Yeah, I don't ever expect to get like celebrities or stars. Right? I don't think that's ever going to happen. But your friends, family, everyday people are just as important, if not more, because I have a feeling with some celebrities and stuff like that, you're going to get certain things that aren't allowed to be asked, or stuff that'll be left out, and you're not getting the whole story.
Right.
And I'm not interested in that.
I think I would like to talk to somebody who was up at 9/11, one of the first responders. And the reason I say that is we talk about post-traumatic stress a lot. And I think those guys have probably seen the worst of the worst. Let me rephrase it. The military has.
Outside of a war, yeah.
Right, I'm saying on our own land. An internal. That's what I mean. I'm not talking. The guys in the military is completely different. That's a whole different breed.
I would also put Oklahoma City bombing in that same category as what you've seen. But I know what you're saying.
I don't. There's so many people that would have something to contribute. It's hard. It's hard just to narrow down 5.
You don't have to narrow it down. Just spit out anybody that comes to mind.
And I think part of it, too, is knowing if these people would feel comfortable doing it, which is another whole issue.
Yeah, I know of people that have gone and talked about it on other podcasts and stuff like that. And I know of other people that have issues, but I've never seen them actually be on a podcast. They may have done let out a press statement or did an interview in a magazine, but they weren't sitting on a podcast talking about their childhood and all that stuff.
You know who I think would be interesting to have on? Not that we ever could, but Jack Osborne.
Yeah, he would be one of mine.
I watch his...
Not that he's mentally ill. It's just growing up in that family.
Yeah, and I think he would have such an insight to such a legendary person. I mean, an icon, to say the least.
And lately he's been taking a lot of shit for something stupid just because he went to a UFC event.
And just if anyone did not know, July 22nd is National Aussie Day. They've actually made it a legit day. But he's another one, like, I think that would be, I don't know, I just think he would be incredible to talk to.
I follow him and watch it, like, on, he's on Facebook a lot. And then he has a YouTube channel with, sometimes it's just him, sometimes it's him and his wife.
I love watching the ones with him and Sharon.
Oh, yeah.
She's, so either you love Sharon or you hate Sharon. She's the type of woman who I guess because of the line of work she did, had to be a certain way. But she does not take shit from anyone. Like, I just saw a podcast, they were talking about the Ozfest coming back. And she's like, I don't need their fucking money. That's not why we're doing it. It was already starting. Like, she's just an amazing person too.
I don't know their financial situation, but I'm guessing that their great grandkids are probably
Set
gonna
for
do okay.
Yeah, so I'm not. Let me continue to think, and I'm sure I'll blurt out more names. Go ahead. Who are yours?
One for me would be Jonathan Davis, the lead singer from Korn, if nobody knows that. Which a lot of his stuff's in his lyrics from his childhood and everything. And he has spoke about certain things, but I wouldn't mind, getting a little more in depth if that's something that he would be willing to do. Not that he's ever going to get wind of this or that I could get a hold of him in any way. And we had spoke about this person before as Wolfgang Van Halen.
Yeah.
And not, again, and I'm not saying that any of these people have any kind of mental illness or suffer from anything, mainly because of the crap that he took when he did come out into the music. Sorry, not come out. When he came out into the music industry, being compared to his father and, being basically told that, well, you're only doing this because of
your name instead of who your talent.
Your father and your uncle, and that's why you got this situation and blah, blah, blah. And he separated himself so far from that stuff that, it's just that amount of hate has to wear on you at some point. Yeah, I don't care how strong you are, it still has to bother you at some point. So he would be one of the ones.
Not that I would want him on the show, but that's kind of like Brandon Lee. Tommy Lee's son. He's not in music. He's an actor.
Yeah, I only know from what you told me that he was on some reality show or something.
Yeah, he actually just produced like 2 movies, but he was on The Hills, and I watched an interview with him. Him and his father hadn't had any type of communication because of, I don't know if it's Tommy's latest wife, girlfriend, I don't know. But that was one of the things he said was so difficult growing up and who his father was, because whether you're a Tommy Lee fan or not, like, there was a lot of negative spotlight on him. And especially when it had to do with Brandon's mom, Pamela. So, yeah, I can't, and we've talked about this before. Imagine being famous people's kids and then being in the limelight. That has to be tough.
You're just going to constantly get compared to them.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead. When you said that.
Most of mine are going to, the ones that I'm thinking of are like all musicians, like Jelly Roll, or Jellyfish. No, it's Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll. The way you said that would just sound weird.
Sorry. He's not coming on now.
You know what, though? He does do a lot of these things.
But I had heard this song and I knew a little bit of the story. It wasn't until I watched his documentary that I went, oh, okay. Like, here's how fucked up childhood, and I forget the situation with his mom. Like, she just like stayed up in the corner of the house. Was it alcoholism?
It was most likely over prescribed medications, because they would just give her one thing and then.
So she was like stayed in one room of the house, and then he would see her like go into the kitchen. It was like a big deal, but
and he gives back so much still.
But others are, again, people that are never going to get wind of this. Couldn't get a hold of anybody if we tried. James Hetfield's one. His childhood was not great.
How about Eminem? What's his actual name? It's not Eminem. It's
Marshall Mathers or
Marshall Matthews. No,
I thought it was Matthews.
I forget.
Well, it's Eminem, so it starts with that.
So, but his same thing with him. Like his childhood wasn't, and he did something that most people don't do. Like he was more concerned with his younger sibling than, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of them, if you think about artists, that their life wasn't the easiest, and they
Nikki Sixx is another one.
yeah.
His, from his own words, his childhood sucked.
I learned a lot in his book.
And I would like to, like Rob Zombie, I'm going to bring him up again because of that anxiety and, stuff. And it's like as far as metal goes, you're known all over the place and you're a movie director, you film your own videos and music, all that stuff, and have that anxiety or awkwardness being around, individuals or small groups. You're way more comfortable with hundreds of thousands of people than you are 20.
It's not personal.
Right, but it's still like I'm the other way around. Like, give me the smaller amount of people and I'm okay. Not hundreds of thousands. That would freak me the fuck out. 100 people gets me nervous. The weird thing is I try to think of actors and I can't think of, either they don't talk about it or I'm not listening, or I don't know what it is, but like I can't think of too many or any right off the bat that have talked about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's been a handful.
I'm sure there are, but I can't think of any. Like I legit right now, I'm sitting here trying to think and I can't come up with one.
I'm trying to come up with somebody who's still alive.
Well, yeah, that would help.
The first one that pops into my head is Heath Ledger.
Well, yeah.
Right. Oh,
Joaquin Phoenix.
yes, thank you. Joaquin Phoenix. I don't know if he does or not, but
he definitely walks at the beat of his own drum, and he does his own thing, and he's obviously had some grief and loss.
Right, that's...
has he ever been diagnosed with anything? No clue.
Yeah, I have no idea, but
But if he was somebody that was interested in talking about all that stuff, I don't know that he's that person, though. I don't think he's a real open, person.
Jim Carrey.
I've never heard of him discuss anything, problems growing up or anything like that, so I don't know.
No, but...
And I'm not going to assume just because he's a comedian that he suffers from depression.
No, that's not what I was going to say. He went through a lot of loss. I remember reading the articles, and the other one would be Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves been through a lot of loss in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, again, I don't know what they're,
Yeah, I don't know.
How open are they about talking about things that may be uncomfortable, and that's what this is about. This isn't really for somebody to, again, we have 4 subscribers, 2 of them are us. Nobody of any notoriety is going to come on until you've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers and all that stuff, and this channel is just not geared towards getting there.
How about John Travolta? I'm going with the loss. Like, lost his wife, lost his son.
No, yeah, I mean, I understand all that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Until you actually talk, like Gene Simmons or Paul Stanley, I mean, seeing their thing and the way they grew up and what they dealt with, there had to be some childhood issues. Would they be willing to talk about it more than what they did on the documentary? I don't know.
And this is just a personal opinion. I would think you'd probably get more from Paul Stanley than Gene Simmons.
Yeah, Gene Simmons touched on, like, his dad leaving when he was like 6, and then him moving over here. That's kind of all you heard. Paul saying that you heard a little bit more of with his ear and, you know, some of the stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to think like specific actors that have, you know, like I suffer with this or suffer with that, or my childhood was this, my childhood was that, and I just can't come up with anything. I go to like musicians and comedians for some reason. I just don't.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who I've like seen with interviews or, you know, talk shows.
And if somebody does this and has a list of actors and they know, throw it in the comments, because I just drawing a complete blank. And unfortunately, the ones that I could think of are gone.
That was my issue. Like
Robin Williams, Phil Hartman. Not that Phil Hartman really, I don't know that he just had a wife that was a fucking lunatic. I don't know that he dealt with that shit.
There's a lot of childhood actors, but a lot of them aren't here anymore. So I'll give you one. Drew Barrymore. She's been very open about.
It was weird because we just talked about that when the last time we were on, or a couple episodes ago, about, and she actually, you had said 8 or 9. It said when she was admitted or whatever it was, when she was 11, had already had a drinking problem.
Yeah.
At 11 years old.
So she has a talk show, and I remember her saying that she was like 8 or 9 at a wedding, and she was just going around. And if you think about it, a lot of people have probably done that. You don't even think anything about it. But that dynamic that she was in, that was like a norm to her. She is, though.
I mean, you could probably go down a list of 100 child actors that.
Yeah, well, just look at how many of them aren't here now because of problems.
Right. I'm trying to think of, and no offense to the child actors, I'm trying to think of like some of those top tier actors and actresses, and I just can't come up with anybody that. Yeah, I would love to talk to Morgan Freeman, but I don't think he has any. You know, I mean, he may have some insecurities or some stuff like that. I don't know. I have no clue, but I've never heard him speak about anything like that. But he would just be interesting to talk to on a personal level because of his career and how long it spanned. I mean, where he grew up, and at that time till now, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just can't think. Like I'm trying to go through all the actors that I watch, and I'm like, Johnny Depp maybe. Like he's been through a lot of crazy shit. Robert Downey Jr.
Martin Sheen, not Martin Sheen.
Well, Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Okay.
I actually just watched something on Robert Downey Jr. Oh, actually, we watched it together. The comedy thing, or I forget what it was.
Oh, the Dark Side of the 90s or something.
He went through a lot, and I guess this is my whole thing, because somebody decided to give him another chance.
Came back bigger than ever.
Yeah, I mean, thriving.
The what?
Thriving. He's thriving now.
Oh, I thought it was a movie. I was like, what the hell's that?
Charlie Sheen just kind of like drifted. Like, I don't even know what he's doing now.
You know what? I actually saw him on, again, I keep saying this, but Joe Rogan's podcast. I think he was on there not too long ago. And, you know, he doesn't have the tiger blood and all that, you know. Now, whether that stuff was like some form of mental breakdown or he was doing that as a publicity thing, it's hard to tell with actors and celebrities, because a lot of times our publicist will, here, let's do this, because I think there was a saying, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Look at Howard Stern. The more shocking it was, the more people would listen and pay attention to him.
And I couldn't stand it. I didn't listen to his show, and I couldn't stand him.
Yeah, it's just...
Still can't. I don't know him, but just from his radio show and the way he acts, I just don't like it. Not my thing.
I'm trying to think who else.
But Robbie Downey Jr., that would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to get into more.
Lindsay Lohan.
Was that more just alcohol related? I mean, she went through shit with her dad and all that stuff.
She went through a lot of stuff.
Well, I mean, you could throw. Well, Britney Spears isn't an actress.
No, that was the next one I was going to say. But yeah, you can throw her in the mix too. And it's weird because doesn't she have a younger sister?
No, I have no idea. Again,
she might not know. I think I'm thinking of Jessica Simpson and her Ashley Simpson. Never mind.
Oh, I didn't know that either. Here's one that I don't know that there's anything. And if there's ever, no offense, Johnny Knoxville, he's got to be nuts on some level.
That whole group. Well,
yes.
That whole group was.
But he's the one that's gone on to Hollywood and has been in some. I think he's a pretty good actor. I like the stuff that he's been in.
Because he knows how to keep it professional, where the other dingbat, what's his name?
Other? Which other? Steve-O?
No.
Bam Margera?
Yes.
Well, he went completely off the reservation.
But he's local to here.
When you say other, you have to.
I don't know their names because I wasn't really.
There's a whole bunch of others on that from those Jackass movies.
So he's local to where we are, vicinity wise.
A few of them were.
But he thought because he made a few videos, and I'm not bashing the movies, that now
he let it go to his head.
Everyone was here, and he was up there. Like, even when he got married, like, it was a star-studded fest up here when he got married. I think it was the first time. But he just became arrogant. And you look at Johnny Knoxville, and I've never met him. I've met Bam, unfortunately. I don't know if Johnny Knoxville would be.
Well, we'll strike off Bam. He won't be on here.
And he's not. No, I don't believe he's allowed to do any of that stuff.
Huh.
Because
he can't do a podcast?
Because he still has. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, but I do know he was still fighting legal battles.
Oh, I thought he was doing better.
No, I don't know. Lamar Odom was helping him.
He wasn't on Jackass.
No. Lamar Odom offered to help Bam.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, the only one that I would want to talk to from that would be Johnny Knoxville because of making that jump to the movies and being successful in some of the movies. And, again, I don't know his mental state, but you have to be a little off to have done the shit that you've done. Plus, he's been concussed how many times? He's got to have some brain injuries. He's got to have, at the very least, some short-term memory loss. I don't know.
That's another one I just said, Lamar Odom. Do you know who he is?
He's a basketball player, I think.
Yeah. He went through a lot even prior to him overdosing and dying a couple times. I was introduced to him when he was with Khloe Kardashian. That's how I knew him. I didn't know him from basketball because, shocker, I'm not a basketball fan. But he went through a lot of childhood trauma.
Well, you just brought up athletes, so two popped into my mind, which are like two of my Philly favorites, which would be Allen Iverson, because he didn't have the best.
No, we did not.
Childhood growing up.
His mom's actually still down in Atlanta.
Yeah. And Lindros, not that he didn't have, I don't remember him having any problems prior to being in the NHL, but after that hit and the consecutive concussions and stuff like that, I think it would be interesting to talk to him about how that's affected, his life. Having your career cut, not that it would cut that short, but it still was ended for him instead of him making the decision. Even his brother was even way shorter because believe because of the same
Yeah, I remember reading that.
So there's probably a few athletes.
Yeah, like I said, the Lamar Odom, he went down a real dark road. He bounced back onto the other side, I guess you could say. He's actually opened, I don't know how many, but he's actually opened programs, rehabilitation programs.
Okay.
That's why.
Mike Tyson would be another one that I would find interesting.
Yeah.
His childhood and everything.
We actually just watched something on him, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. The singer Pink.
I don't know. I mean, I know who she is, and
yeah,
I know some of her songs, but I don't know her.
Yeah, if you listen to some of her songs, it explains a lot of it, which is why she's so big on pushing female positivity and all that.
Isn't she from Pennsylvania?
Yes. Mm-hmm. One that I would have loved to talk to, but obviously you can't now, would have been Whitney Houston. Let me rephrase that. No, I wouldn't have. Hold on.
That would have been a one-on-one interview because I had no interest in her.
I was just going to say, I want to take that back.
After finding out what kind of a person she was, I had no interest in being in the same room or having a conversation with her.
I would like to just ask Bobby Brown why he took the fall for so much of it through the years. Because everyone thought it was 100% him.
She was the golden goose. He wasn't.
But they weren't, even after they weren't together anymore. They can say because of
there's still money coming
Bobby
in.
Lynn, yeah.
There's still a lot of money coming into Elvis's estate, and he's been dead for 50 years.
Yeah. Trying to think who else.
I just keep going back to musicians, and I'm like, which it'd be great. I don't care, but I was just trying to think of some other actors or even politicians, and I can't really think of any politicians that have come out or at least admitted that they had any issues. We definitely know of one. But you definitely are not getting a former president on the show. And that's just an older cognitive kind of thing. That wasn't a...
You know what? You know who I think would be interesting to talk to? Not that you ever would get a hold of her. Carolyn Kennedy.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, I mean,
good luck with any of these.
But I'm just saying, think about...
I'll be happy if we can get her nephews on a split, Zoom kind of interview. That would be great. Hopefully we can get that done over the next couple of months.
Think about her situation. Very young when she lost her father. Growing up as a Kennedy had to be...
Just having that name.
Yeah. And then losing her brother so tragically. And then watching her mom suffer before she passed. That's a lot. And I never thought she'd get into politics, but she did. She's an ambassador or something.
My last name was Kennedy. There's no fucking way I'm getting involved in politics.
She's an ambassador, so I don't know exactly what that all means, but
I'm going the furthest opposite direction that has anything to do with politics whatsoever. I just thought of somebody, and again, I don't know past childhood, anything like that. Wesley Snipes, from the point of view of rising up as being that leading man, action hero, ending up going to jail, and now what's life like? And, you know, I've seen him in a couple of small roles in like Expendables and Deadpool 3, but I haven't seen him back as that action hero in the big movies like he was in Blade and 1600 Pennsylvania. Or, no, Murder at 1600, Passenger 57, you know, all those movies.
You mentioned an interesting one. Ryan Reynolds.
I know he's Canadian. Is that a problem?
No. I think he would be interesting to speak with, mainly because he's very. What's the word I'm looking for?
I just thought of one.
He's very very open about everything. So
I don't know. Yeah, but if he didn't have any.
I
and
mean,
it's not like we're looking for people, like we're vampires looking for people that had childhood trauma and mental illness. But if you didn't have anything, there's not a whole lot to talk about for this channel. Now, I would say even with breakdowns and stuff like that and comebacks, I would put that in maybe the mental health category. And Mel Gibson would be one of those where he had a complete like meltdown publicly with his wife.
he had a couple.
Oh, a couple? Oh, yeah, he had the one with the cops. Got pulled over or something like that. And has now started to make, I don't know if he's made amends or making a comeback or whatever. He would be a difficult interview because if he talks real fast. And if you don't like interject at the right time or whatever, you're not going to get a word in. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that I would like to just talk to find out about their lives that you don't know about. Like Denzel Washington, what what was it like growing up? What was his childhood like? And, you know, going up through to where he is today. That's why Morgan Freeman. I mean, unfortunately, again, it's like James Earl Jones. He's already gone. Sean Connery, he's gone. Clint Eastwood, he's not gone, but I don't see him in the public eye, really.
Yeah, not. There's one for you. I just happened to look up people that have publicly come out. You're going to be shocked when I tell you this. The Rock.
Coming out with what?
Suffering from depression and anxiety.
Is that okay? Hold on. Is that coming from him?
Yeah, it was an interview that he did. Hold on. Where the hell did it go?
Because again, if it didn't come out of their mouth, I don't believe it.
Actually, I think I remember after his father died. Hold on, this isn't the article. This is about the other ones. After his father died, he had said that getting back into acting. Hold on. These are all these.
And I also think that, I mean, you could go down that road as far as professional wrestling. You could, dozens. I mean, you could pretty much talk to anybody and everybody, and they've dealt with some form of anxiety, depression, awkwardness, grief and loss. Shyness, ADD, everybody has dealt with that at, it may have only been a short period of time, and it may not have really affected them all that much, but you could pretty much knock on everybody's door up and down the street and they would have a story. So that's why I said, while it would be great to have some of those people that we've talked about to be able to interview or have a conversation, friends, family are the ones that I would rather talk to, because they're probably going to let me in on shit that I didn't even know was going on. Like, I'm sure that if I have any friends or a friend or any family that watches this would probably be surprised by some of the stuff that I'm saying, because they didn't, it wasn't a lot of contact. And even if there was, I guarantee you my daughters would be surprised by some of those.
My son said the same thing. My son said that watching it made him understand things a little bit more.
A lot of the lunatic behavior started to make sense.
My son's one of them.
A lunatic?
No.
Oh.
That we know has gone through things.
And, I probably shouldn't have scrunched up that water bottle. Sorry about the audio there. And he's obviously more than welcome if he wants to come on and tell his story.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, I know a lot of people that will say that, they suffer from depression and anxiety, and I've said this from day one. I think everyone at some point has either been depressed once or in their life, and has always had. You always have to deal with some type of anxiety throughout life.
And most people have dealt with some form of loss. Right.
I think it's how you handle it, and can you come out the other side. And saying that, and I'm not saying he doesn't come out the other side, but there are people that, and he'll say it to me all the time, where he'll look at me and say that I'm real strong because I can do X, Y, Z. It doesn't mean I'm stronger than him. It just means that our makeup is different. The way we handle things is different. It's funny because out of the two of us, he's the emotional one. I am not. We were talking the other night, and he said something about me having a big, black, cold hole in my chest. Is that what you said?
No.
Instead of having a heart? Yeah.
That is not what I said.
What did you say?
That is not what I said. Now I'm suing you for libel.
What did you
slander.
say?
We were talking about your soul and your heart. I said your soul is a just big, black, gaping hole. I said your heart is encased in ice at the bottom of a glacial abyss.
There you go. Sorry, I misquoted.
Get them straight, would you?
More or less what he's saying is I'm a cold-hearted person, and...
You're not cold-hearted. You're just, you don't show your emotions. I've seen him twice. Well, I'll say 3 times, but...
I knew the 2 times, but it was the 3rd.
Well... it doesn't have to be outright crying.
I was going to say...
Just that, that side of your emotion. I've seen the anger part, not aimed at me, but I've seen the anger part plenty of times.
Well, I've never gotten angry. When have I...
Anybody that knows her that's watching this, family included, please back me up in the comments.
I don't get angry.
Oh, no, you've never wigged out on anybody.
Never. Have you ever witnessed me wigging out on somebody?
Yes.
Who? When? I want dates. I want receipts.
Me, your father, your son.
I don't wig out on you guys. I just put you in your place.
people driving,
That's not wigging out.
people walking,
That's not
people
wigging.
breathing,
Oh my
people
God.
talking.
He's delirious.
Neighbors.
He's delirious.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never wigged out on a person in my life.
Exes.
I just sternly put people in their place.
Yeah. Anyway.
But I just think like everyone's dealt with something.
No, you have a wall up that most people cannot get past for a reason. And I get it. I've gotten past it, but whatever.
He's still chiseling.
Yours is made out of reinforced steel and concrete and could survive a nuclear blast. My wall's made out of like chicken wire and old wood.
I was going to say putty.
Yeah, like you lean against it, you're going to land inside.
But no, but it doesn't, just because you handle things differently don't mean that, and this goes for everybody. This isn't just us. There have been people that there's certain things he can handle that I might not be able to.
We haven't found that yet, but
And then no, I mean, it's just there's certain things that people say, well, you know, I've never had anxiety. Then you're dead. Like there has to be one moment in your life where you've been anxious about something.
well, the problem is now when you slap a definition on it and you go, oh no, I didn't have that. Okay, you were nervous. Or you were unsettled. Or
Anyone who's gone to school and had an exam put in front of them.
some people don't. That didn't bother me. I didn't get anxious over an exam.
But something in school, you're public speaking.
Right.
Right. Something usually always.
But I mean, I'm sure there are people that have never got anxious about anything. I'm not going to say that everybody in the world. I'll say everybody in the world has dealt with something at some time.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Some kind of adversity, whether it's depression, anxiety, nerves, awkwardness, shyness, loss, grief, trauma, whatever. I don't think there's any one person that's made it through their entire life without ever losing anybody, without ever, feeling awkward or a little nervous or whatever. Seeing as how public speaking is like the number one fear.
I hate it.
In the world. So.
I hate it, and I'm a teacher, which is crazy.
And I just flat out can't do it.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see if we can get one of your nephews on how that's going to go. Am I going to sit here and go, I got to go?
I doubt it because you've been around them. Yeah, I mean, I'll talk to him. I know one out of the three will do it. Definitely without a problem.
Is that the one that just graduated?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if we could have each of them on, because they're each going to have a different story.
Yes.
So, and even if it's a 1 or 2 part thing, whatever they want to talk about and what they want to tell and have that discussion would be great.
I mean, and I think...
Because you're going to get sick of hearing me after a while.
And I think what people have to understand with people's take on stuff, just because we might disagree on something doesn't mean one of us is right or wrong.
The fact that you could say that with a straight face is hilarious.
No, I'm saying...
Oh, trust me, if we disagree on somebody, on something, I'm wrong. She's right.
No. If it's a right or wrong issue, then yes, you're wrong and I'm right. But disagreeing doesn't mean you're right or wrong. So I'll give an example. Say we're talking about a movie and I'm like, oh, this movie's great. Well, no, this movie sucks. It doesn't mean
It means I'm an idiot and I don't know what I'm watching. So I'm wrong.
It does not. I'll give you an example. Way back when, he swore he would never watch certain movies. Swore it.
You're bringing up something that's proving my point that you're right.
No, I'm not. It doesn't mean that I'm right or he's wrong. It's just we have different perspectives. Like, I'll give you an example. The movie Stuber. It was an okay movie.
No, you can't even get out the fact that it was an okay movie without starting to laugh.
No.
Because it sucked ass.
No, it was an okay movie. He loved it, though. Like, he wants to watch it all the time.
Didn't. No offense to Dave Bautista. The movie was horrible.
But no, what I'm saying is...
The only reason I laughed was I couldn't believe you were laughing at the stupid shit that was in it.
The whole point of this is... You can disagree on topics. It doesn't mean that one opinion is better than the other opinion. He'll say all the time, well, this song sucks. I'll be like, why? Just asking him why he thinks it sucks. Because it goes in my ears, I think it sucks, and it goes out the ears. I'm not asking him because he's wrong or right. I'm just, why do you think it sucks? Like, what don't you like about it?
I've had these arguments with people about the Beatles. I'm like, I can't tell you why I don't like them. It's just like food. If you put it in your mouth and it tastes like shit, you don't like it. It's not the food's fault or the cook's fault. It's your taste buds' fault.
But
Same thing with hearing a song or watching a movie. If you don't like it, there is no explanation. You just don't like it.
All right, I'll go back to food. What didn't you like about the taste? Was it salty? Was it sour? You can pinpoint different things.
No, actually I can't. It just tasted like shit.
And again,
there may be
we'll agree to disagree on this because
it's the same thing with music. I listened to a Rob Zombie song, Thunder Kiss 65. Amazing song. Somebody else listened to it and goes, no, I don't like it. Why? I don't know. There is no explanation.
But they could say, well...
there's bands that I don't like, but have songs that are great, but I can't stand the rest of the album. Why? Because my brain told me I didn't like it.
And
I can't force myself into liking something just because it's popular.
I'm not saying that, but is there all right, prime example. Think of a TV show. People that didn't like Sons of Anarchy. What? Too much killing. Didn't like the gang. Didn't like this. Okay, why did you like Sons of Anarchy?
I mean, the whole reason I started it was because of the bike situation and that there was going to be violence in it.
So that's the whole point.
That's not what the show was really all that about.
Right, exactly.
And that's not why I keep watching it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people, some people would be like, well, there has to be... You might not be able to articulate the reason.
Yeah, I mean...
Right,
the Beatles sold, I don't know, 100 trillion fucking albums. And you got songs like, what songs did I got?
Hey Jude.
Hey Jude or...
Yellow Submarine.
Strawberry Fields.
Strawberry Fields.
And I can't listen to them.
Okay.
It's not, I don't hate the Beatles. I mean, I don't hate them as human beings. I just don't like the music.
The music.
I don't get it. It's not my thing. You know.
And that's the whole thing, like...
I don't like Irish folk music either. I don't know why. It's just not...
You're just not into it, right.
It doesn't do anything for me.
Right. And that's... It doesn't mean that you're wrong or you're right. It's just not something you're into. The same way...
And any Irish people out there, don't be throwing Guinness at the house or anything.
I'm not a fan of Guinness beer.
It wasn't to grab one and try and drink it.
Oh.
It was so it didn't come through the window. If you're going to throw something that she's going to drink, throw Jack.
Jack. Yes, I am a Jack girl. But I think when people sit there and say, you know, well, you don't understand. No, can I say I understand his world? Yeah, I can understand his world. I'm not him though. I am on the outside understanding his world. Does that make sense?
I mean, because you you live next to it.
Right.
So
I see it.
You're seeing every aspect of it. I don't hide shit from you. When I have a problem, I probably give you more information that you care to know.
This is true.
There's times where I'm sure you're sitting there on the phone going, okay, like, didn't need to know all that.
But can I say that I know exactly how he feels? I can empathize with him, but I'm not living that.
No, you know how I tell you I feel.
Right.
But if you haven't experienced it, you don't know. And even if you have experienced a panic attack, it may not be the same experience that I have.
And that's so when we talk about people who deal with this, and even if you don't think yours is a quarter of as bad as his, do not minimize it. It's still something you're dealing with.
It's still the worst thing that you've had to deal with.
I was just going to go back to what's that podcaster's name?
The worst thing to happen in your life is the worst thing that's happened.
Right. So, I mean, but
it doesn't matter if it's breaking a fingernail or your arm falling off.
I'd be devastated.
If that's the worst thing that happened, then...
Yeah, I mean, and not everybody handles everything the same way. And, you know, that's what life is. But if you could think of anyone that we did not name that you know of.
Or if you're watching and you want to come on, you can contact us through the email. It's acoupleopinions@gmail.com. It is in the descriptions. You may have to look through a couple videos, but it will be there. And you want to come on and talk, that would be great.
And just so anyone knows, it would be set up probably as a Zoom.
Yeah, we're not squeezing you in between us.
No, I'm a big girl, so there's no room.
I'm not sharing mics.
So,
it'd be a little weird.
And you feel. But yeah, so just let us know.
And if you know anybody that has been trying to get therapy and can't get in and would like to talk, let them know about the channel. And they have the same opportunity if they want to come on and do a couple episodes and talk. You know, again, we're not therapists or giving out any advice.
Just a sounding board.
That, and I can at least empathize with the situation and going through all that bullshit. And I might have a little bit of insight as far as what I've dealt with for 30 plus years. But I mean, if you don't at least make the attempt to reach out or whatever, then things are just going to stay the way they are or get worse.
This is true. All right, everyone. Until the next episode, have a lovely evening.
I'm going to get a cheese sandwich.
Bye.